Pascale, you are a talented executive with more than 20 years experience in board and executive search,
Indeed.
board assessment, leadership development, and C-suite succession. Definitely owning the board practice, you are now the founder of CY, a company dedicated to board advisory excellence. The yin and yang is a symbol of complementarity and is representing the need of gender diversity and representing culture in boards. The complementarity that is crucially needed in board nowadays.
It's a good question, but I guess it's more a provocation than a question, because
You know me, Pascale.
gender diversity in the board is obvious. It's a true and valuable asset. I do think it's still complicated, and there are several reasons for that. One of the reasons is that there are still too few women in C-level roles. And therefore, and we all know that C-levels is really a nice way to get into boards.
Indeed.
And so, as long as we don't have women at C-level, it will be really a barrier to get women at board level. It's a big debate, and it's still a major hurdle. Is that everybody knows that, is that for the same position, men will apply if they have 50% or less of the competencies required, while the women, if they have 90%, they won't dare to apply. I do think that some countries like Belgium or France, for example, have imposed quotas in the boards of listed companies. This is good, but it's not enough yet, because it has been proven that gender diversity, but like any diversity, is a true asset for companies, and especially during a crisis like the one we
all know right now.
The experience at C-level, and especially CEO experience, is still highly looked for, and CEO are really receive a lot of requests to be on a board, even when they are still in a CEO role. But with the topics the boards have to face, like climate impact, ESG issues, you must have other experience and expertise. I do think that for some topics you don't have people who have, if we go back to some specialization, sometimes those people don't have access to the C-level role, and so you have to accept they've never been in a C-suite position. It's also diversity in terms of age, and I'm not speaking about ethnical race, that are of course also very important. It's important to assess each board member, but it's also very important to assess how they work together, the dynamics within the board, because it's key that the boards work as a team. And therefore you need complementarity, you need respect that must be assessed, you need to have trust among the board members, you need trust between the board and the executive team, and that must be also evaluated. I do think that the board, they have no choice, and when we see the arrival of a lot of stakeholders, activists, if you are not working as a team in a board, then you are lost.
So thanks again, Pascale, for having helped to debunk the myth surrounding board governance today with us, Pascale. It's a pleasure.
It was a pleasure for me.